Hey guys, my name is Kadeem. I'm here with my friend Cole. He's on the creative team for Advocate Aurora. So we're about to take a bike ride from UWM all the way down to Stone Creek. This is Will Talk Milwaukee. See you later. All right, Cole. So what got you into advertising, man?
I mean, I saw it as a way to be creative for a living. I mean, as a writer, it was one of those things where the more I learned about it, I saw it as an opportunity to really be like a pro, write every day. It allowed me to sort of have alignment with a lot of filmmakers and people in music. And so like as a creative, I got to do a lot of stuff I never thought I'd get to do. Work on like TV commercials and travel quite a bit. And that opened up opportunities to do film and documentaries, music videos, and I wouldn't have done any of that stuff if I hadn't kind of gotten started in advertising.
So you worked in a lot of different cities, man, all around the country. Like what's your favorite city you've worked in so far?
Oh, Milwaukee. I mean, I grew up here,
Milwaukee.
So
nice.
I did my career did take me kind of far and wide. I worked at agencies in Birmingham, San Antonio, Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I was in Greensboro, Chicago, Nashville, but when I got that kind of urge to come back to Milwaukee, it became sort of like a no-brainer for me. And so being back has been just amazing.
Yeah, man.
I mean, as an aside, I think Milwaukee is just such a good time to be here.
So like, what's your favorite thing to do in Milwaukee? Like, what's like a restaurant or a place you like to just go to?
Let's see, man. I mean, I love music, so I mean, I'm all for like going to like the Jazz Estate, catching some jazz and stuff. Restaurant, I'm vegetarian, vegan, so I love Celesta. That's like my favorite place to eat. But Milwaukee's got a lot of great restaurants, though. I mean, I'm all for like Siam or Jing's downtown or.
Oh, I heard it. Yep. What about like any like pizza places? Like, I know you mentioned a couple.
I mean, back before I stopped eating pizza, I mean, I grew up going to like Balistrieri's, the Firos, all the Milwaukee kind of pizza, the thin crust kind of stuff. So,
I like thin crust, man. Yeah.
So
it's good, man.
Milwaukee's a good food town. I mean, it's more than just beer and brats. I mean, I grew up on all that stuff, but I see it as a city that has sort of a little bit of a, I would say, culinary revolution going on as well here. I think everything in Milwaukee's sort of in a bit of a renaissance.
A lot of people, they don't know what they want to do when they're younger, so what, I would say when you was about 16, maybe still in high school, like did you always expect to do film or advertising, or like what was like your interest at that time?
I mean, I always wanted to be a writer. I mean, back then I would write, terrible poetry and little stories, but I remember back when I was even like 8, 9 years old, I was really enchanted by stories and literature and So, in college, I never, you grow up thinking, well, how can you do that? You grow up in college and you think you maybe got to get some kind of other job, because how do you make it as a writer? How do you make a living with your imagination? But, advertising was a way to sort of do that. And, at first I kind of thought I should maybe go into some other field, but then the more time elapsed, I thought, man, I'm just going to give this a shot. I mean, if you really want to do something, you put your heart into it.
Yes, I like that, man. One thing I like about writing, I'm not like a huge writer or anything like that, but I like how you can kind of expand on your story. Like you can start somewhere and then maybe a couple months later you're like, man, I wrote this. Like, man, this is nice, So
I mean, the interesting thing is, like, I look back at stuff I wrote even like 4 years ago, and I'm like, what was I thinking? A little bit, like, as we grow, hopefully the stuff we did early in our careers or our lives, we see how we've evolved as thinkers and writers. And I'm not sure any piece of art's ever done. I think at some point you just sort of like abandon it and say it's as done as it's going to be.
So, man, you say you was into filming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite movie or
my
favorite show?
Movie? So growing up, it was certainly like Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm of that 80s era.
Okay, yeah.
Probably one of my favorite films is that film Amélie. It's a French film.
Never seen it.
Jean-Paul Jeunet, man. It's just a fantastically imaginative film. That's one of my favorite films. But obviously Die Hard was a film of my generation. I grew up on Goonies and Lost Boys. I mean, I'm from the 80s, man, so the 80s films have a soft spot in my heart for sure. And
probably like Star Wars or Back to the Future.
Yeah, I saw Star Wars at the theater when I was like 7, man.
So Cole, what's next for you, man? Like, you've been working in your field for a long time, and
that's a good question.
What's the next step for you?
I mean, for me, it's like I'm always going to be, I think, tell stories. I like the stuff I do with Advocate Aurora. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I like the impact that it has. I also, outside of that, I mean, teaching at UWM this fall is going to be a blast. I like passing that along. I think it's important to kind of pay that forward.
Yeah.
I was lucky early in my career. I had some writers who were really strong mentors.
Yeah.
And so for me, I like mentoring, working with students. There's a lot you can, I think, pass on and hopefully create good creative citizens.
Mm-hmm.
And then, just keep making stuff. I'm actually working on a couple longer fiction projects and a film project, so that's always out there, man. It's just about getting the time to finish them.
What's probably like the main thing you tell like the youth or people you're mentoring? Like a common message that you want to advocate towards them?
Have passion and be curious. I mean, other than things, I think curiosity is the main thing. It always drives you to want to learn more. I think that's the greatest thing I ever learned was curiosity. You know, it keeps me interested in everything. Problem is you can be interested in too much.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so this is a
Cool.
dope bike ride, man.
I really enjoyed it, Cole.
And I got exercise.
It's great, yeah. Hey guys, we made it to Stone Creek. About to go in and grab some coffee. As always, I'm Kadeem. This is Cole. Thanks for watching Will Talk Milwaukee. See you guys next time.